We're out to try to stop this team that's been with us since the year one. 4 weeks, wonderful team, Enfield, Connecticut, Enfield High School. They're looking for victory number 3 in their 4th week. Team coached by Dr. Frank Taylor and Mr. William Fogarty. Yes, it is a big night on As Schools Match Wits.
As Schools Match Wits, the nation's longest-running high school quiz program is brought to you by Community Bank. Community has the financial services to meet your needs, plus a convenience of 15 offices located throughout the area. Why not make Community your bank? And now, once again, here's your host for As Schools Match Wits, Phil Shepardson.
Good evening once again, everyone. And so many times over the years we've said that, competitively anyway, on a Schools Match Wits, March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lion. No one takes it on the lamb, believe me. And if you've been watching these last 3 weeks, I think these schools have been giving new meaning to that old aphorism. I'll tell you, we could not possibly imagine the kind of last 3 matches we've had a lot, but the last 3, the whole month of March, we began this lovely month with a tie. That was pretty exciting. Then we came back for a playoff with a tie 2 weeks ago, and that was almost another tie. Enfield got it, though, as again, they were fine right on top of it. Last Saturday night came down to 1 of 2 questions and just missed again by 10 points. It almost became another tie, and I really don't know what they have planned for us tonight, these 2 teams, Granby Memorial and Enfield, but I'm sure it's going to be a dandy. I'm glad I showed up, and I'm glad you did, too. Let's meet, first of all, the challenging team before we get into tonight. This is an important night here as we get closer to the playoffs. And first of all, Linda Darcy from Granby Memorial.
I'm a senior and I plan to attend Georgetown University and major in French.
French, all right, good school too. Moving on to Chris Mickia.
Hi, I'm a senior. I hope to attend a 4-year college.
Okay, any majors at all yet, Chris?
International law.
International law, terrific. All right, all the very exotic majors too. Moving along to Granby Memorial's E.J. Smith.
I'm a senior and I will go to college.
Okay, you're going to find out when you get there, right?
Yeah, I'm going to major in communications.
Communications, good. I wish you'd come back and give me a lesson. That would be very good.
Sure thing.
And Patty Corcoran to round out the team.
I'm a junior and I'm planning to go to MIT and major in nuclear engineering.
Nuclear engineering. Hey, well, people, welcome back as always, Granby Memorial. And we were saying 1981 was a big year for Enfield High School. They were in the championship playoffs. That was the year that we tied the record, 9 undefeated schools. We had done it in '76 first, and then you were one of the 9 that came back to tie that record in 1981. And of course, you've been watching this Enfield team. This is their 4th week, an oddity again, but we had the tie match. So they had the tie, have 2 victories after the tie, but on this program you need 3. The all-important number of undefeated weeks to get into those championship playoffs, and they will be starting in just about 6 weeks. It's getting very, very close, but there's time certainly for 1, at least 2, maybe even 3 more schools. We'll find out as we go along. All right, this important match opportunity for all involved starts in 30 seconds after these opening words from the community banks.
Today, getting a college education requires an investment of thousands of dollars. If you need financing for your college education, why not see Community Bank first? Because Community leads all other financial institutions in Western Massachusetts in providing education loans. At Community, you don't have to be a previous customer, and there are no resident restrictions. We'll lend you the maximum amount allowed by law, and we welcome applications from first-year students. If you need college financing, contact Community, your bank.
Well, the toss of the coin on this important night of matching wits was won by Granby Memorial High School. They want to start. Good luck, Enfield, your quest to get victory number 3 and get in the playoffs. Good luck, Granby Memorial, your quest to stop them and start your own skein toward the playoffs. Linda Darcy.
Number 30, general knowledge.
If you heard the jazz album title Fatha, F-A-T-H-A, would you think of Thelonious Monk, Eddie Miller, or Earl Hines?
Thelonious Monk?
No, do you know Enfield?
Hines.
Yeah, capitalization, but it's Earl Fatha Hines all these years. It is yours. You've taken away, again, capitalization. First question counts no points. School must get it correctly to get into the category, if they can. We ask the other school, and if they can, they take away the category, go all the way through it, then they'll get their rightful turn, the one they would have had without the capitalization. 2 for 1 penalty. First, the capitalization, general knowledge, going to you, Enfield. Operas by well-known composers. I'll name the composer. You match him with his creation on the screen now for 10 points apiece. Offenbach.
Orpheus in the Underworld.
You've got 10 points. Orpheus in the Underworld. Donizetti.
Reward?
No, Don Pasquale would have been. Benjamin Britten.
Reward.
Now, turn to the screw, but you got 10 out of 30. It was a capitalization. You get your rightful turn. Michelle Bousquet.
Number 11, literature, please.
Of Human Bondage, The Razor's Edge, and the shorter work, The Moon and Sixpence, were three of the most read writings of what author?
Somerset Maugham.
You got it. W. Somerset Maugham qualifies to the screen again, Enfield. Critically, 1962, produced three outstanding literary works. I'll give you their authors. You match each name to the correct title now on the screen, 10 points apiece. James Baldwin.
Another country?
You've got 10 points. Another country. Vladimir Nabokov.
Say,
The coup?
Say it again.
the coup?
No, Pale Fire on that one. Aldous Huxley.
Say,
The coup.
No, I only want to done, but you got the first 20 points of the match. Go right back to Granby Memorial now. Chris Mickia.
Number 25 film.
James Mason and Patrick McGowan both refused the role of James Bond, Agent 077, all right, a 007. Who accepted it originally in film?
Sean Connery.
You've got him, Sean Connery. Second choices who became first in film stardom. This is kind of interesting category now. I'll give you the first choice actor who turned down the role. You give me the actor or actress who eventually accepted it, 5 points apiece. James Caan and Gene Hackman refused the role of Randall P. McMurphy in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Who ended up doing it?
Jack Nicholson.
Jack, say it again.
Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson, all right, you complete, that's all right, 5 points. Jack Nicholson got the Academy Award, Best Actor, too. Albert Finney refused the title role of Lawrence of Arabia. Who accepted it?
Peter O'Toole.
Peter O'Toole gets you 5. Norma Shearer refused the Scarlett O'Hara role in Gone with the Wind. Who got it?
Vivian Leigh.
Vivian Leigh gets 5. Warren Beatty refused roles in The Sting, The Great Gatsby, and The Way We Were. Who successfully accepted all three?
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford, all right. Burt Lancaster refused the role of Ben-Hur. Who accepted?
Oh, Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston, still the film with the greatest number of Oscars, 12. And Jean Arthur refused the role in Born Yesterday. Who won the Oscar with it?
Mary Pickford.
Now, Judy Holliday, but you got a quick 25. You're in the lead. 25-20, quickly changes. Back to you, Enfield. Peter Arventelli.
Number 19, literature.
The Nobel Prize winner in literature in 1980 was won by whom for his prose and poetry? Was it William Golding, Samuel Beckett, or Czeslaw Milosz?
Milos?
Milosz, qualified, yes. Now, on the screen are 6 separate titles, but only 3 are prose volumes written by Czeslaw Milosz. One in 1953, a second in 1968, and a third in 1977. Choose each correctly from this list. For 10 points apiece, go.
Emperor of the Earth?
Yes, that's 1.
Native Realm?
That's 2.
The Captive Mind?
You got them all. Captive Mind, Native Realm, Emperor there. Claims weight 30, you got the lead back. But you could do something about that. Granby Memorial, E.J. Smith.
Number 2, history.
Just as general history now. 60-25, how quickly it changes. Enfield's got the lead. In the Battle of Leipzig, 1813, the French troops lost 38,000 men and were forced to retreat. The French troops were under whom?
Napoleon.
Napoleon qualifies. Now, October 18th and 19th, 1813, the Battle of Leipzig, also called the Battle of the Nations, saw about 355,000 troops attack about 175,000 French troops under Napoleon at Leipzig. What 3 nations made up the troops attacking Napoleon's forces? 10 points apiece for each nation. Go.
Germany.
Spain, Germany, and England.
No. Austrians, Russians, and Prussians. It did not hurt you, Enfield. Back to you, Mary Lawrence.
7, poetry.
All right. The beautiful and lasting Ode to the West Wind was written by Keats, Donne, or Shelley.
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 Do you know Granby Memorial?
Keats.
Now, we throw it out. I'll have to tell you what I did. The Keats started coming in before the Shelley did, so I was really cool, I thought. And I turned to you, and you said, what did you say?
Keats.
And that throws out the category, because Shelley would have been the answer. All right. But we're back to you, Granby Memorial. You got the edge with a coin toss, and Patty Corcoran.
26, general knowledge.
Okay, guys, add drama. Go ahead. There you go again. We've done it all month. The word gargantuan comes from the work Gargantua, written by Ben Jonson, Francois Rabelais, or Molière.
Ben Jonson.
No, do you know Enfield?
Moliere.
Throw it out. Francois Rabelais, 2 in a row. Could become significant. Dave Callan, pick another.
Number 15, third, please.
Which of the following names is not associated with the theater? Jean-Claude Van Italy, Tony Lobianco, Hume Cronin, or Flannery O'Connor?
Flannery O'Connor.
Yeah, she's a short story writer. You got it. All the rest are associated with theater. She isn't directly anyway. The 1983-84 Broadway season saw some successful revivals of critically accepted works by famous playwrights. I'll name the work. You match it to the famous playwright's name on the screen now for 10 points apiece. Heartbreak House.
Albee.
No, George Bernard Shaw, The Misanthrope.
Moliere.
Moliere gets you 10. A View from the Bridge.
Albee.
No, Arthur Miller would have done it there, but you got 10. Back to you. Didn't hurt you too badly, Granby Memorial. Linda Darcy.
27, general knowledge.
70 points, Enfield. 25, Granby Memorial. The Peripatetic School of Philosophy, founded circa 335 BC by the Greek philosopher Herodotus, Aristotle, or Plato.
Herodotus.
No, you know Enfield.
Aristotle.
Aristotle, you got your second capitalization. It goes this way. Two ancient questions now, 10 points apiece. The Greek language was the first recorded language of Western civilization, emerging circa 3000 BC, 2000 BC, or 1000 BC.
1,000?
No, 2000 in that one. Try this. But circa 1000 BC, what alphabet was adopted?
Phoenician.
Phoenician gets you 10 there on a capitalization. Rightful turn, Enfield. Pick another, Michelle Bousquet.
Number 8, music, please.
All right. Want me to sing this one? No, we better not. Born in Leningrad in 1906, he composed his Symphony No. 11 and called it 1905. Was he Serge Koussevitzky, Igor Stravinsky, or Dmitri Shostakovich?
Shostakovich.
You got him. Shostakovich to the screen. 3 works of Gilbert and Sullivan now. Select the correct operetta title on the screen from these clues, 10 points apiece. In poking fun at affected manners and false aestheticism of 19th century London, this operetta is about a young milkmaid and 2 poets, Grosvenor and Bunthorne, who vie for her affection.
Gondoliers.
No, Patience would have done it. Let the Punishment Fit the Crime and Wandering Minstrel are 2 well-known songs from this operetta.
Trial by jury.
Not the Mikado on that one. Ralph Rackstraw and Buttercup are 2 of this delightful operetta's characters.
HMS Pinafore.
You've got 10 points there. Yes, HMS Pinafore. All right, now we can go back to Granby Memorial and Chris McKeon.
22 books.
Okay. 90-25 at the moment, Enfield. This William is a staunch political conservative in this country, a writer of a syndicated column, and creator of the fictional super spy Blackford Oaks. Who is this William?
William O'Connell.
No, you know. Yeah, go ahead.
Buckley.
Buckley, capitalization. William Buckley Jr. It is yours. Third one. To the screen for you on a capitalization, Enfield. All Buckley best-selling books now. Complete the title of each on the screen for 5 points apiece. Number 1, Saving the Q.
Queen.
Queen, 5 points. Who's on F? First for 5. MP, If You Can.
Make Peace.
No, Marco Polo, If You Can. Strange title, isn't it? S, Glass.
That's it.
Stained.
You said painfully, right? Yes, Stained is right. Stained Glass for 5 points. And The Story of H.T.
Harry Tubman.
No, Henry Todd on that one. But you did well. 50 on the capitalization. You get another one, Enfield, and Peter Armentelli.
Number 14 words.
All right. All right, you're going over the century mark now, 105. Broccoli, the vegetable, may be spelled 2 ways. Spell it either correct way to qualify. I must accept the first letters I hear, so go slowly. Go.
B-R-O-C-C-O-L-L-I.
No, do you know Granby Memorial?
B-R-O-C-C-O-L-I.
Yeah, you capitalized your first one. Yes, it can be 2 C's and 1 L, or it can be 1 C, 1 L. You got it. You were 2 L's over here. There's an old line trying to get the L out of there. That isn't a nice thing to say. But they did, and they capitalized. It's yours. Spell it right time now. 3 R words that are often misspelled. 5 points for each correct spelling. Go slowly, since I must accept the first letters I hear. He was referred to another person. Spell referred.
R-E-F-E-R-R-E-D.
Yes, 2 R's. A lot of people only put 1. You got 5 points. The rhythm of the music was delightful. Spell rhythm.
RHYTHM.
You got 5 more. Avoid repetition in your writing. Spell repetition.
REPETITION.
5 more. You're trying to clean sweep of a capitalization now. She ate at her favorite restaurant. Spell restaurant.
RESTAURANT.
You got the clean sweep, all 20, and you get another shot at it. Your rightful turn. Granby Memorial E.J. Smith.
Number 10, U.S. history, please.
You see, it does not take long in this count. Now it's 105-45, and you can still add more. Lord de la Warr, D-E, and then L-A, and then W-A-R-R, became Jamestown's first governor in 1610. In time, one of our states would be named after him. Which state?
Delaware.
Delaware, yes, imagine that, Lord de la Warr, I'll tell you. Now to the screen again, 2 important Indians in U.S. history who were vitally important in the settling of New England. 10 points for each name you complete on the screen coming up. U.S. history, number 10, coming up on this one. In the early spring of 1621, this Indian started the village of Plymouth with the words, "Welcome, Englishmen." Name him, beginning with S and ending with T.
Somerset.
Almost. Samoset, not Somerset, Samoset. Try this. Later, Samoset brought his friend to teach the pilgrims the useful arts of fishing and raising corn. Name this friend.
Squanto.
Squanto, you got 10 there. Good stopping off. Boy, good flurry both sides. Anybody's match. It's that close, and it's an important one. We'll come back after these important words now from the community banks.
Community, your bank, presents Invest.
Community now offers you advice on stock and bond trades with full service and reduced commissions. Invest helps define your financial goals, then matches them with thoroughly researched investments. Perhaps municipal bonds are best for you, mutual funds or other tax-free investments. Your registered Invest representative can help you decide so your investment won't be a shot in the dark.
Ask about Invest brokerage service at Community, your bank.
Well, we turned it from an unofficial score to an official one, and it looked Enfield has 95 points at this point. They're looking for victory number 3 in their 4th week, but Granby Memorial High School very close behind with that capitalization and flurry with 55. So good luck, everybody. Challenger, Granby Memorial, and Enfield in your attempt to get victory number 3. Back to Enfield, please, and Mary Lawrence.
Number 5, books.
This late mystery writer created Sam Spade. Who?
Dashiell Hammett.
You've got him. Dashiell Hammett to the screen. 2 big novels of Dashiell Hammett. Name both from the screen, 10 points apiece. 1930, his 3rd novel. Say it again?
Maltese Falcon.
You got it. The Maltese Falcon, 10 points. And his 6th novel, The TM.
Third Man.
Not The Thin Man. All right, but you got 10 out of 20. Back to you, Granby Memorial now, and Ben can see. Patty Corcoran.
For general knowledge.
Alrighty. Millions for defense, but not 1 cent for tribute. This line is attributed to Patrick Henry, Nathan Hale, or Charles C. Pinckney.
Pinckney. Charles C. Pinckney.
Yeah, you got him. Charles C. Pinckney to the screen for you, Granby Memorial. And on the screen are various names of people, some of whom have written or created famous lines we use today. 5 points for each person you correctly associate with the line. There's no place like home.
Richard Koch.
Now, John H. Payne would have done it. Corporations have no souls.
Karl Marx.
Yeah, that does sound like a Marx, but it's Richard Koch on that one. I would rather be right than president.
Henry Clay.
Henry Clay gets you 5. A man's home is his castle.
Daniel Webster.
That's Sir Edward Koch. I'll tell you, obviously it was Koch time in this one. You got 5 there. That was close. And Enfield just passed out. All right, to David Callan.
Number 18, U.S. government, please.
In the campaign of 1884, a group of reformers led by a number of prominent citizens of New York and New England were called a certain word. It was an Indian word meaning big chief because they were accused of pretending to be superior to the so-called regular members of the Republican Party. The Indian word begins with M. What was it?
Muckraker.
No. Do you know Granby Memorial?
Mugwump.
Say it again.
Mugwump.
Yeah, capitalization, mugwumps, and you got under the buzzer. Capitalization, your way, it is yours, Granby Memorial. Now, order of presidential succession. After the Vice President and Speaker of the House What are the next 4 levels in order of presidential succession? 5 points each. So we want the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. Go. First with the 3rd.
Secretary of State.
Nope. Try the 4th.
Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Nope. Try the next.
Secretary of Treasury.
Yep, you got that one. And the last.
Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, it works there. You got Secretary of Treasury, Secretary of Defense, the 5th and 6th. The 3rd and 4th was President Pro Tem of the Senate, and the 4th would have been Secretary of State. We needed the order, but you got 10 out of 20. Capitalization, you're moving in. Granby Memorial, Linda Darcy.
16, General Knowledge.
105 to 70 now, Enfield leading. Richard Saunders was the supposed author and compiler of Poor Richard's Almanacs, but we know it was actually written by whom?
Benjamin Franklin.
You got it, Ben Franklin. Famous facts in U.S. history, 5 points apiece. This fort, named after a U.S. president and in Dakota Territory, was the one from which General George Custer departed on May 17th, 1876, with the 7th Cavalry on his way to the Little Bighorn. Name the fort with 5 minutes left.
Fort Tyler.
No, the other president, Abraham Lincoln. Fort Abraham Lincoln. Try this. Union Fort, located in Charleston Harbor, South Carolina, and fired upon by Southern troops April 12, 1861 to begin the Civil War.
Sumter.
Sumter, get you 5 there. Fort in Baltimore Harbor, bombarded by the British September 13th to 14th, 1814. If I said Francis Scott Key wrote a poem that became the Star Spangled Banner, you would have said Fort McHenry. You got 5 on it. All right, quickly back to you, Enfield now, and Michelle Bousquet.
Number 21, words, please.
105, 75, Enfield. Think of a common colloquial expression, and you'll have the pun ending to the sentence. He didn't have much money, so he had to start the flea market from S.
Scratch.
Scratch, yeah, the play on words with flea with 4 minutes left. Bumper stickers that could be called punper stickers, I guess. Complete each one and you'll have the logical pun. 5 points apiece. On an electric company van was the sticker blank to the people.
Power.
Power gets you 5. On a garbage truck, always at your blank.
Disposal.
That was a swill answer. Yes, disposal gets 5. On a surplus car, read the sticker, part of the blank crop.
Bumper.
Bumper, you got the clean sweep. Back to you, Grand Memorial, please, and Chris Makia.
Number 29, General
I
Knowledge.
knew I do one, yes. Circa 1516, Sir Thomas Gresham created what has been called Gresham's Law, or the economic principle that bad money does what?
Does good.
No. Do you know Enfield?
Does well.
No. I had to hesitate. Drives out good. So we throw it out, and Enfield, you have to pick another one, please, and Peter Aventelli.
Number 13, General Knowledge.
All right. 3 minutes left. 115 to 75, Enfield. What same 4-lettered word is found within the names of a past Israeli premier, a former U.S. court justice, and the 1964 Republican presidential candidate who was soundly beaten by Lyndon Johnson?
Gold.
Yes, gold. Gold in my ear. Arthur Goldberg, yes, and old Barry Goldwater. All right, there's gold in them, our answers now. Give me the correct gold response for 5 points apiece. It begins, do unto others.
As you would have them do unto you.
Which is called what?
Oh.
Golden Rule.
Golden Rule. Yeah, that was fine. You had the first one. I had to let you keep going. 5 points, Golden Rule. These are all golden. English author of The Vicar of Wakefield.
Orwell.
No, Oliver Goldsmith. All gold now. Story by Edgar Allan Poe.
Goldbug.
Goldbug gives you 5 of that one. Quickly, Granby Memorial and E.J. Smith.
Number 1, General Knowledge.
To the top of the board now. If the Iron Duke of English history had met the Duke of Jazz, and say of take the A-Train fame, who would have met whom now? You got to get both to qualify. The Iron Duke meeting the Duke of Jazz.
Duke of Wellington meets the Duke of Ellington.
Well, that's fine, or Duke Ellington. You got it, Duke of Wellington meeting Duke Ellington. Monikers now. Who is being labeled or referred to with these famous nicknames? 5 points apiece. Buffalo Bill, actual name.
Cody.
Cody, William F. Cody, 5 points. The American March King.
Sousa.
Yep, John Philip Sousa for 5. The King of Swing.
Benny Goodman.
Benny Goodman, clean sweep there, you're exchanging. All right, Enfield, back to you now. Mary Lawrence.
24, General Knowledge.
What state is populated with the most people per square mile? Would it be New York, New Jersey, New Mexico.
New Jersey?
New Jersey, yeah. An average of 953 people crowded into every square mile. Let's go visit. Places in the United States, 5 points apiece, 1 minute left. What major American river did Charles Dickens describe as a slimy monster, hideous to behold?
Thames.
No, the Mississippi. A potato might be the clue to the state of which it is said it would be the biggest state in the Union if it were ironed out flat.
Idaho?
Well, you see eye to eye, yes. Idaho and potatoes, yes. And of the 5 Great Lakes, only one is located entirely inside the U.S. Name it.
Michigan.
Michigan gets you another 5. Granby, pick another one. Patty Corcoran.
9. Geography.
TM can stand for Transcendental Meditation, but T and M can be the first letter clues of 2 states that are touched by 8 other states. Name the 2 states to qualify. Go. T and M.
Tennessee.
Yep. Do you know Enfield?
Missouri.
Yeah, that's the other half. Tennessee and Missouri, you capitalized. Our French and English heritage, and here, yeah, it's all over. The match, I'll tell you, it bounced, and no one had a big lead for any length of time. Doubtful again, but we'll make it official as we have this whole month of March so far. After these final words, we hope good ones too for you from the community banks.
Community, your bank, wants you to know about the best way to save money. It's called IRA. For most people, an individual retirement account is the best way to save money. A community bank IRA earns high interest, lowers your taxes, accumulates tax-free until you use it, and is fully insured. Come to Community Savings Bank. A community bank IRA is the best way to save money.
Start your individual retirement account today at Community, your bank.
We had about 4 capitalizations, 3 went Enfield's way, but the throwouts became significant, and then the flurry over here, and I'll tell you, this was a close match, and it got right down to the end. Enfield High School, Enfield, Connecticut, 140 points. Granby Memorial High School, Granby, Connecticut, 90. You know that's close behind Granby Memorial. Did you have a good time? Yeah. I've been hanging on to the rostrum the last 5 minutes. You guys were wonderful as challengers. And but I got to say goodbye to 3 seniors, huh? I got to do well next year, huh? Really give it to them. Soar, will you? And Patty, you'll be back.
Yes.
Right? Terrific. Hey, listen, thank you people as always. And Francis Lynch, too, for bringing the kind of team you are. That was a nice half hour.
Thank you.
Well, guys, it's been fun. You want to stay 5 weeks? Go home. I love you, but come back for the playoffs. Yeah, that was a wonderful month you've had, and it was a month. And so you rest. You are the 7th team. You have gone a bye. We'll see if there's going to be an 8th. Then you would play them. Otherwise, you will play the winner of the 1st and 2nd. We'll talk about that later. Congratulations, though. We will see you in the month of May in about 6-7 weeks. And until that time, next week, 2 more move up. Pioneer Valley Regional High School of Northfield, Massachusetts goes against Penny High School of East Hartford, Connecticut. So until next Saturday night, thank you for watching. This is Phil Shepardson. Good night.
As schools match wits, Springfield Television's award-winning high school quiz program has been brought to you by Community, your bank, the bank with bigger interest in you and your community.